Hey y'all. Sorry, it's been a while since I've recorded. Things have come up, how life. And also, I'm moving, so expect not a lot of uploads coming up. But today, I'm going to be reacting to a video called Renegades React to the Nostalgia Critic, the Country Bears. And I do not claim to own anything at all that is in this video. And also, there is going to be swear words, and I can't edit them out because right now I'm kind of new to all this recording stuff. I've been recording for a while now. I'm still kind of new in a way. So if you have like any good like the recording software I could use, please leave in the comment section below. Thank you. And as you may hear, I have been working on my voice. For those of you who do not know, I'm transgender. And don't laugh. Let me explain. It doesn't hold to my video. I'm gonna know is that I'm trans female, male to female, and I'm working on it. Okay. Now let's get to the video. In three, two, one, here we go.
A strange time in my life was when I was in high school. I think that's true for most people as they left high school. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, my whole thing with the movies that I was into back then was kind of weird because I liked Daredevil, the Ben Affleck Daredevil. Yes, you heard right. When I was younger, and the older I got, the more I realized, this actually is not a good movie, like at all. This is actually kind of shit. And
See, like I said, swear words. Can't do nothing about it. Leave me be.
there's part of me that still likes that, but there's also there's also the skeptic in me that's just like, yeah, it was just they did not know what the hell to do. And now, at that time, and then also at that time, uh, Disney rides becoming uh, movies. I think it started years and years ago, but it really hit the big time whenever Pirates of the Caribbean was made
Mm,
into.
mm. Sorry. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water. But technically, it started around like the country bear, like this country bears, the Haunted Mansion, like 1990s, maybe. Uh,
into a film, and it blew up. It $600 million at the box office against a budget.
Also, this might have to be separate parts, like part one, part two, part three. For now, I'm going to be doing part one, and if you guys want more, please put that in the comment section below.
That was like, uh, you know, it was a fairly large budget, but by comparison to how much money it made, it was astronomical. And then more and more of them came out, and it only got more and more popular. And then, the fourth and fifth ones came out, and they were sort of like the fourth one tried to go in a different direction, but then everyone was just like, this is stupid. And then the fifth one's like, okay, we're going to take it on this direction. And they're like, okay, let's make a sixth one. Oh crap, Johnny Depp's in hot water because of allegations over him and Amber Heard. Oh, I guess we better fire him and steal the franchise.
This is old news, by the way. Amber Heard and the joined up thing, that's years old. Because right here, it says 4 years ago. 4 years ago, okay? 4 years ago. And also, make sure to leave a like and comment, as I did. please be sure to like and comment on this video and their video, both in the Shows of Critics and the Renegades, please. Thank you. And be nice to them.
And take him out of the franchise. And yeah, Disney didn't wait. Disney and their impatience is actually they're actually kind of famous for it now
Yeah, it's
because
impeccable.
they refused to be patient for James Gunn
Yeah.
whenever allegations about him came out, and then they were just like, "Oh, this is
By the way, for those of you who do not know who James Gunn is, he is the one who did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
like almost 10 years ago." Wow, I can't believe we tried to hold him responsible. Hey, James, you want to make Guardians of the Galaxy 3 now? He's like, oh, no, in a minute. I need to finish making Suicide Squad for Warner Brothers. It's like, but James, we're going to give you all this money. He's like, in a minute. And now they've waited and waited, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is, I think, officially in production now.
And it's out as of 4 years ago.
Even with the whole COVID thing. But Johnny Depp is still out, and not only that, but now he's also out of the Harry Potter, or not Harry Potter, but the
Fantastic Beasts franchise.
Fantastic Beasts franchise. He is no longer Grindelwald, which that
Sucks.
sucks. But
Jinx.
no, that just sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Look,
Yes.
people need to be held responsible for their actions. I get that, but honestly, if you're going to maintain this double standard as to who is held responsible and who is not held responsible, I'm sorry. I am not going to take you seriously. Warner Brothers, I cannot take you seriously. I cannot take any studio out there seriously if this is the kind of treatment that they. And here's the thing, I know no one's going to pay attention, and I know this is going to get silenced because, in all
Oh, dang.
honesty, you know, apparently Amber Heard can do no wrong, even though it's been proven time and time and time again.
She's a
She is a
nutcase.
legit nutcase when it comes to certain things. Oh, and also that on the point, I know Johnny Depp's not a perfect person. I know this. I accept this.
Yeah, not a long,
But
not a long shot.
is he guilty of all the stuff that? Oh God, there is a war going on in our. There is a war going on.
There's a basically when Instagram says that there's a war going on and there's in their Patreon. So yeah, but like, I do not. I mean, you can go visit their Patreon, which I am not a sponsor or nothing for them. All I'm saying is that you know, he was just please.
In our
No,
Patreon right now.
yeah.
Good Lord, I'm gonna have to actually. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and silence my phone because I know that's going to keep popping up. But yeah, the fact that Johnny Depp is no longer involved in that in the Pirates franchise at this as of this moment irks me to no end. Oh, but back on my main point, they tried so hard to make these attractions into films. They tried to market them in a way and make them sort of into franchises. And Country Bears was one that came out, and I was intrigued, but because I'd seen the Country Bears thing before back when I was a kid, but I never wanted to watch that film. But when I found out that Christopher Walken was in it, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll give this a shot. And I made it about 25 minutes in before I effectively just wanted to like ram my head through the wall just to get out of that room that I was in. And yeah, I never watched Country Bears again. So what better way to celebrate this than to
I watched it and I liked it, but that's my opinion. My opinion. Nate's opinion is his. Excuse me. Opinion. People gotta have opinions. Doesn't mean that we all have to agree. You know. And that I'm fine if some of you hate the fact I'm trans. It's fine. But I'm me, and I'm gonna continue with my transition. Okay? Okay, good.
see Doug Walker take it on in one of his reviews. So this is the Nostalgia Critic, the Country Bears. Son of a bitch.
This episode brought to you by the Dollar Shave Club. A great
Hey.
shave.
Not sponsored by them, by the way. None of these people are. I'm supposed to buy. The Social Critic who is sponsored by it. You know.
At a
Hey,
great price,
Dollar Shave
conveniently
Club.
delivered right to your
I
home.
need that. No, I don't. I like my beard. Although I did shave my head
I hate my Nate.
here recently, which was
My beard,
kind of fun.
Okay. See. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
Seriously.
Will you just let me watch it?
Okay.
Oh, for God's sake!
Hey, Critic, what's up?
Nothing, I'm just trying to watch Country Bears.
Are you sure you mean Country Bears?
Yes!
The Disney ride?
Yes!
Why?
Oh, for God's sake, it's gonna go on and on and on and on.
Hey, 911? Yeah, there's no way that this can't be an emergency.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember, so you don't have to. Today's movie has a bit of a reputation.
You don't say.
Unlike
Yeah, you
Disney
don't
has had over certain
say.
periods of time. Through the constant ups and downs, Disney has always found some niche to creatively exploit in that you need little creativity to exploit it.
Oh.
Directed
Good
DVD
boy.
sequels, Kid Rock Stars, and it turns out even then they were trying too hard, as all they had to do was re-release their animated movies with the lines erased. Well, at this
That's
creatively
true.
bankrupt point in their lives, they were really big into turning their
Hey, Johnny.
rides into movies. They had a big hit with Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah.
a big miss with The Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
Oh
All of
boy.
this began
Oh,
with
yeah, I
the
forgot about that.
rides to-
The Haunted Mansion, I will. You see, here's the thing. They marketed that film terribly.
Okay. There's a new Haunted Mansion movie with Rosario Dawson. That's a good one. I like both the old and new. But the newer one sticks closer to the ride than the original one does.
The film was bad as it was, but they marketed that film terribly because back in the day, this was way back in the 2000s. Yeah, that's for you
When I was born, the 2000s era. 2004. Yes, I'm old. Shut it.
young whippersnappers out there. That's quite some time ago, but for me, it feels like yesterday. I remembered.
Same.
I don't know why I was flipping through late night TV, and all of a sudden, Jimmy Kimmel was on, and this was right after Jimmy Kimmel was off the Man Show, and I flipped it over to that, and then all of a sudden, I see Jennifer Tilly, who played the woman inside of the crystal ball, the fortune teller, and the entire time that she was on there, Jennifer Tilly, I don't know what she looks like now, but back then, dude, she was smoking hot. But anyway, the whole thing was she was on there, and Jimmy was sitting there, and he had his hand like this, and then this was when Jimmy Kimmel was still trying to be that man show Jimmy Kimmel before he eventually evolved into catchphrase muttering Jimmy Kimmel, who eventually became a mouthpiece for late night television. Exactly. And Jimmy Kimmel literally, this was a kids movie, by the way. So kids may have been watching this like, oh, this is going to be about the Haunted Mansion. And Jimmy Kimmel leans over, and Jennifer Tilly's like, she's like, Jimmy, are you sure you're maintaining eye contact? And he's just like, I'm sorry, Jennifer, but I just can't stop staring at your breasts. And yeah, Jennifer Tilly, again, very attractive woman, but still, come on, man, have some respect. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's a very, very attractive woman, but I know Conan O'Brien also got caught sneaking a peek one time. I believe it was for Nicole Scherzinger, the former lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls. But yeah, it. We get caught. What can I say? Wandering eyes. I've caught several women doing that too. Good lord. Especially when it comes to for instance, my brother Ethan, who does not have to work out at all, has a six pack and everything. Whenever me and him used to go to the pool back when we were in high school, I would stand there and have my t-shirt on and everything. Ethan would take his t-shirt off or take his wife beater off and all that, and then all of a sudden, a tank top for those of you out there, guinea t-shirt, whatever. Anyway, he takes that off, and then his six pack's there, and then all of a sudden, all the women, from ages, keep in mind we were in high school, from ages 16 to 60, all of a sudden just went, yeah, I love those. You could carve meat on those. Yeah, women stare too. I've caught them plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
I only wish that I caught them staring at me, but that's never.
Same.
That's almost never the case.
Same.
To start this most
Sorry.
bizarre of trends, the country bears. An idea so rush they forgot to even put Jamboree in the title. This is a movie I've referenced a lot in the past, but I'll admit have never seen all the way through. I just fast forwarded to the Christopher Walken scenes.
That's fair.
And so did you.
That's
The film was less than
I
good
didn't,
at the box office, got pretty torn apart by critics, and was often the punchline of jokes about unsuccessful Disney films. Knock knock, who's there? Country Bears. Country Bears who, exactly? It drew my attention more, though, when I saw Animaniacs writer and producer Peter Hastings directed it. This dude has had some big titles under his belt, so I figure something of value has to come out of it. And yes, I'm aware I just said something of value has to come out of the Country Bears movie. How much, you may ask? Well, let's willingly find out. Let's put on the 2002 cinematic question mark. Country Bears. The film opens trying to convince us that the Bears were a legit country band. And I'm not gonna lie, they try so hard to make it look legit, it's kind of hilarious. I'm just waiting for VH1's Behind the Music intro to play around.
oh my god! I was just thinking about that. Tennessee O'Neill on the one string thing, what the
Found it.
I don't.
The Bears sold out countless shows to millions of confused-looking fans. Sometimes they'd even stare blankly at the stage like lifeless mannequins. But then everything changed when the Teddy Grahams Bears began touring.
Those guys.
The Country Bears officially broke up after the 91 hibernation tour.
Taking into account there were no bears in that audience. Many blame human grizzly segregation. Willie Nelson, a former country bear himself, drew much influence.
I learned a lot from those guys, and that was why I was so sad to see them break up.
Willie Nelson's an actual singer, by the way.
Now I'm just figuring out now that they were real and not a result of the wacky tobacco. See, that's the real thing. This little guy watching TV is Barry, voiced by Haley Joel Osment, who nowadays could play this role without the suit. And he can't help but feel like he doesn't belong with his family.
Mom, am I adopted?
Yes.
Okay, I'll admit, I'd be lying if I said this kind of joke didn't always get a laugh out of me. But it could have used Steve Martin saying,
You mean I'm gonna stay this color?
Okay. Yeah, that's Maven. Freaking the jerk.
Critic?
yeah?
I thought I heard you laughing.
Well, yeah, I saw a funny scene.
Okay. Well, you are aware that you're watching Country Bears, right?
For God's sakes, I'm giving this movie a fair shot, even if it is Country Bears.
Okay. I know, you're totally fine in there, Critic. You're totally... That's a lie, and I need you to get here as soon as possible. Code blue. Code blue.
Code blue.
Barry has to deal with his early 2000s brother Dex, who I swear are all
Oh my.
from a restore.
Yes.
Months.
Yeah, they're
Can
like.
you blame them?
Oh my god!
Needlessly
I didn't
cruel
put that
to him.
together.
Even if you were adopted,
Stephen
we
Tobolowsky.
would love you as much as we love Dexter.
Maybe more.
He's right there. He does get a pretty funny comeback scene, though.
Wow, really? And did you know that nobody cares?
That face is hilarious. As if his father is thinking,
My God, he stopped me with a spoon. I can no longer control him.
it's legit funny. I'm fine. Escalate pretty fast when Dex comes in and reveals that he's adopted and Barry decides to run away. Like, just within a few minutes. Don't worry, though. Emotional pacing is as important in this film as getting that psychotic face of death off Barry's mug. I didn't know both eyes could twitch. You may think I referenced the lack of emotion in this film as a bad thing, but to the film's credit, it knows not to waste time on stuff like this. It's aware that a lot of people watching are simply tuning in to see how goddamn crazy it gets. And brother, they deliver on that fast. Enter Christopher Walken as Reed Thimble, an evil businessman who wants to tear down their hall. And I swear to God, I have never seen Christopher Walken act so serious. He actually seems more comfortable acting with animatronic bears than he does real people.
6 years, $20,000. Must be tough. Do you like the sound of crunching wood? I do.
I'm sorry, he brings his A game to this.
Which
He
is
knows exactly
unbelievable.
what to give, how to give it, and how to make it funny.
25 cents. Do you have change for 100?
I thought you weren't coming back until you could tear the place down.
That's a whole 4 days away, Henry. Oh, like that's gonna help.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole movie came out of his head.
All right, Mr. Walken, we're all set to film the origin story of Hannah Montana.
I want bears.
What?
Bears.
Bears.
You mean like Hannah goes to the zoo? Or...
Half the cast should be bears.
Well, I don't think that matches Hannah Montana.
Buddy, I'm not budging on the bear thing.
Well, your contract says...
My contract says I own Disney now.
What? My God, it does. How did that happen?
I have ways. And you'll notice you won't get control back until a bear movie is made with me in it.
Well, I guess we have no choice in the matter.
Singing bears.
With hats.
I like hats.
Meanwhile, Barry's family calls the police to see if they can find him.
I thought you officers might enjoy a little nibble of something.
Damn.
Please help yourself.
What do I even say sometimes? It's so
Why?
odd and random, you feel like you have no choice but to laugh. Like being cornered by Steven Seagal in clown makeup. You laugh out loud because you feel like there's no other
I'd
option.
kill it with fire.
Meanwhile, Barry sees Bear Hall is about to be closed down. Destroyed in big cartoony letters. As he looks over with the owner of the place, how great it used to be.
Jimi Hendrix over here was a little fun. But nobody was like the Country Bears. People sitting everywhere, even up in the rafters.
Now it's all Splash Mountain dubstep and teacup rappers.
I belong here.
Mumble
and
rappers.
We can save this place.
Nah.
And we can do it with a concert to raise the money. We can get the band back together.
Well, that's just insane. You know half of them joined the Rock-a-Fire explosion.
That's the stupidest thing.
But Bearhorn Leghorn can't help but remember the good old days.
Well, I say what?
And we hosted everybody here. The Chipmunks, Powerline, the Coming Out of Their Shells tour, and so many Christian bands.
If we're gonna get the band back together, we're gonna need some transportation.
He then agrees to get the band back together.
Did you
We're on a
get the
mission
Dream
for
Junkies?
As they pull their old touring bus out of storage.
Huh.
I've been sleeping in there for years. Who's president? Donald Trump. No, really, who's president? The movie senses parents want to get home, so it fast forwards to get the bears to their destination faster.
I was gonna say something that might get me canceled, but I ain't doing it.
Sorry, gotta be part of the video shoot.
I kind of am the video shoot.
Wow, they got Crystal Harris, singer.
You're Fred Betterhead? Fred from the Country Bears.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm Nicolas Cage in a bear suit looking for a punch.
Waka waka. Pow.
I'm in a 12-step program.
Can you joke my head as I'm having waka waka bitch? Pow! Fuck you!
Time to get over it.
Waka waka, bitch. Kapow! Try that shit again and it'll get worse. Pow!
Speaking of banding together to get through something, this musical moment starts.
Comes out of nowhere, and it's
Back, they had to do 50 retakes because all the people with instruments kept pissing their pants with laughter, trying to keep a straight face around Earl Sinclair covered in hairy mold. But seeing the final product, you wouldn't think that. You would know that.
Yeah.
You know, people never tell you this is what Shelley Duvall continued to see in the bear scene from The Shining.
Oh my God. Oh God. Run. Run for your life.
Band, but Fred wonders how they're going to get people to the show.
Why don't you call Rip Holland, Hen?
Rip Holland? The guy who stole the band from me? Call Rip. Yeah.
Rip Holland.
Rip?
I want to do one of those funny things, like you ever watch F Troop and Aegon's like, there's no way I'm wearing that dress, and Forrest Tucker's like, you're wearing that dress, and Aegon's like, no way, no how, there's no way I'm wearing that dress, and then they went, and Aegon's wearing the dress. Yes, Rip,
Damn
we
it.
can set up a show at Bear Hall, and Rip's response is the same Jason Momoa's wife tells him every night.
Well, it's going to be a squeeze, but I think a little juggling, I can fit it in.
And as lame as that lead into him picking up the phone is, it is followed by a very funny joke.
I am so back, baby!
Excuse me, sir. This is the last time I'm going to tell you. You're going to have to leave the store.
Yeah, right, like I need you.
You know, this movie can actually...
That skit right there could actually work if it wasn't in this fucking movie. It could work. That's legit. It could be funny. Oh.
Nope. Fails.
They get a few genuine laughs out of me. What?
Critic, did we hear you laughing at country bears?
Oh, yes, I laughed at country bears.
You see? He's mad.
Camera.
Critic, you're not well. You need medical attention immediately.
Oh, piss off!
Come on, Critic. We have some sort of shocky thing for you.
What does it do?
I don't know. Shocky something.
No, screw you guys. I'm not liking this, and none of you can stop me.
Damn it, Jim.
Yeah.
Well, he's got us.
Let's get out of here.
Wait, hold on a second. I can't let you leave when there's a man watching country bears in there. This calls for drastic action.
I wonder what she's gonna do.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't have anything. I was just walking away to think.
Oh.
Okay. Yes.
So the Bears tried to get everyone together to do the show by Saturday. Boy, somebody hire Billy McFarland to plan this. As Barry looks over their past competitions and notices one of the acts that lost.
He was a bad loser.
First I lose to Jabberjaw and the Neptunes, now this.
Go back to Bear Country!
Damn.
Well, Walken comes back to be the most committed he's ever been since Deer Hunter.
Rip Holland who promoted.
Rip Holland?
Come here. You see?
Look at that reaction. You know, it's like it finally hit him.
My God. Bez. Don't let them catch on that you figured it out.
I still, for the life of me, don't know what he said there. You could replace it with a duck quacking and make as much sense. The Bears go to the Swarmin' Hive Honey Club where, you guessed it, they only serve honey, and it's weirdly populated by both bears and people. I just assumed this is euthanasia for diabetics.
Excuse me, bitch.
When you're good to Mama Bear, Mama Bear's good
Hey,
to
Queen
you.
Latifah, what's up, homie?
They go to pick up a member of the band named Zeb, but it turns out he owes money to Queen Bee Latifah here. Oh, I do hope this can be solved with annoying music.
Zeb Super owes me a whole heap of money. Well, his little friend there has proposed a wager. My house band versus Zeb's fiddle and little musical duo.
I think the bar's accountant is shitting himself, but continue.
He wins, he owes me nothing. But if he loses, I get to keep the Country Bear tour bus.
As a reward or punishment?
Yes.
So I guess it's a country rap battle of sorts as the two musicians dish out insults.